Just tuning in, this is Hall in the Arts, and we're speaking with the Professor of Dance Instruction at San Jacinto College South Campus, Dr. Suzanne Oliver. Hi. Well, tell us a little bit about this show, you know, how it starts, how it...
You know, as the years unfold here at San Jac, I've been trying more and more to think of the space as a bit of an incubator for the community as well as even the Houston dance community. And in some cases even, I've been able to invite choreographers from even out of the state. So rather than producing an entire concert with my own creative energy, from the very start I try to think who's available, who's around. I actually even have people sending me videotape at this point to show me their work. So the whole idea behind Intersections is this idea of a lot of creative energies coming together to intersect to produce a concert that not only, you know, gives the dancers a wide variety of artistic perspectives to work for a choreographer when people are totally different in the way they approach modern choreography. So it enriches the dancers' experiences as well as the choreographers are usually young choreographers. And as Agnes DeMille said the other day in a video I was watching, she said, well, choreographers, we're up to our knees in choreographers. And I mean, everybody wants to be a choreographer. Many people have aspirations that way, but making a living at it is more challenging. So not only do I think does it help the choreographer, who's usually young and wanting to get their work out there, but it also helps the dancers. So I was able to get work from Melissa Autry, who had just graduated from TCU for this concert, and now I'm very capably supported at this point by Victoria Lofton, who you'll probably talk to.
Yeah.
And we started with Vicky's work right away in the studio during the dance performance class. She started setting her piece.
How many, you did 2 pieces in the show?
On this concert, I did Intersections, which was a new piece, and redid Trouble with Turnout. I had originally performed that solo, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, even maybe in 2000. I set the solo on myself. I wrote the text while I was sitting waiting for my daughter to finish a gymnastics class. And it's just, you know, Trouble with Turnout's a funny little thing. It's also going to be at Miller After Theater soon, which is really nice. This contemporary festival that's coming up this weekend.
Still performed by Lee?
Performed by Leah that night.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that was just kind of a quick little idea. We needed more things for the concert. It's always nice when you go to a modern dance concert to have a moment of hilarity.
Of course.
So it's a pretty humorous piece, and it's stuff that's always been on my mind as far as, you know, ballet goes. It's autobiographical in the sense that it really Trouble to Turnout really reflects, you know, personal experience generally. The ballet world versus the modern world, and how people are evaluated in the ballet world almost based on how you're built.
Yeah, almost when I was watching, it's almost like, now if you're saying it's sort of biographical in a way, maybe a little bit toward the education end of ballet, a little bit more towards the historical. And
it does give people that perspective too, which I mean, again, I try to go at it from that point of view because not everybody knows where turnout comes from, you know, and it didn't just sort of appear. People sort of rotated outwardly, but that's because that's how humans are built naturally. About 45 degrees outward is how most of us stand. But the extreme thing, to go all the way to 180, is just something that's evolved over time. And the other piece was Intersections, which was really a process piece. I worked with the dancers, giving them some sort of a stimulation for them to consider the things that thrill them in life, the things that they love in life, and also the things that make them the angriest or the most hateful. And I was trying to work at from the point of view of those are the things that we come back to repeatedly in our lives. I think that, you know, it's sort of like, you know, having a little thorn in your skin. You know, the things that repeatedly bother you or inspire you seem to be recurring themes in people's lives. And so it's also sort of about the evolution of relationships too. How you come into the world world so full of yourself and the drama of being you. And little by little, things unfold as people cross your path, and you find others, and you learn to kind of chill a little bit about you all the time, and spend a little more time interacting and relating with other people.
I just noticed in the music, in the music itself, the choice of music, it almost looked like almost sounded like sort of a circus type feel to the music as it started out.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that it's actually considered world music if you go on iTunes and look for it, that particular pieces. But because I think possibly because of Cirque du Soleil and all of us getting much more exposure to world music in a way through Cirque du Soleil, maybe that was what sort of stimulated that feeling. It had that magical, it has that magical feel to it.
It seemed almost to fit into the theme, almost in the theme that you're trying.
And I think the way it was lit, I loved that part of it too, because I'm not sure the lights actually work perfectly well the night that you did it. At any rate, it created this feeling of being on another planet, I think, almost like it was a space removed from space, and it had this kind of cross-blending the way people came together and stuff. And I like that. I like that feeling of it being everywhere. These people being, these things are going on in everybody's life all the time. And then I danced in Vicky's pieces too.
Yes.
And that was a sudden thing. Model Citizens is a fantastic piece. It's so full of, I always love Vicky's very rich effort life. And it was a huge piece. There were a lot of people in it, and we started having some problems with one of the dancers being available for rehearsal and having a good attitude and those things that come up against. When people are so full of their own lives, like I was talking about Intersections, it's all about me. But she just started having a hard time being at the rehearsals and taking the rehearsals seriously, so I just offered to step in, and it was one of the biggest thrills of my year. I mean, originally I used to perform all the time in the concerts. In '96, I danced in 8 pieces or something. Now as the dancers become more and more skilled and the level of technical expertise increases, I'm not necessary anymore. It's hard to supervise and dance. It was a great experience.
You got plans on the next year so far? Or?
We're planning. Also this year now we've created the Community Dance Collective. So now increasingly I'm trying to keep professional dancers involved at San Jac, even when they go on to other things. We've created a Friday morning rehearsal time where we're beginning to do outreach, trying to potentially incubate a dance company in the community. So there's about 10 dancers involved in it. We have 2 choreographers working right now. And Michelle Manzanares is going to come back this year, and Becky Valls is going to come back this year. Vicky's working on a piece. I have 2 or 3 pieces I'd like to work on. Right now, Ashley Cook is working in Tim Johnson. And the Dance Collective may also be a venue where we can set work and then bring the dancers into the performance class to work with the students to recreate the work on the students. So the winter performance now that we're going to be doing will be in the Black Box, and that will be a collection, mostly the Community Dance Collective along with some of the students. And at the same time, we've got the performance class running where Melanie Bohacek has set a piece on she's already completed it. And we also have Patty Hazelbard on board this year. And, she's a very lovely PhD dancer from Texas Women's. And she's in the community now, and she's teaching dance appreciation for us, and she'll be setting some choreography on the dancers as well. So yeah, it's definitely.
Sounds like it's
growing.
A
concert, a concert really is anywhere from 8 to 10 pieces, depending on how long they are. But and that kind of work takes time. It takes a long time to get a concert together that takes an hour and a half even. I think everybody's excited about what's going on here, with having gone to the Kennedy Center last year for the American College Dance Festival. That's been a great plus for the purpose. Really exciting event in Washington.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
You're very welcome. Nice to talk to you as ever.
And if you'd like to see some of the pieces from Intersections, you can also look at them on the web at www.youtube.com. Thank you.